Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2026, and I am blessed and grateful that I received the precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call this morning, and I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida. Beautiful, sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. And you woke up this morning, and you also received the precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call, and you got to see another day here on earth. Tomorrow is most definitely a blessing because not everybody that went to sleep last night got God's wake-up call this morning and got to see another day. So I, for one, am most definitely blessed and grateful for the good Lord for giving me another day here on earth. God is good. God is great, always and always. And I'm blessed and grateful that God helped me kick the horrible grip that alcohol had on my life more than 3 years and 6 months ago. I quit drinking alcohol on September the 1st of 2022, and I couldn't have done it without God giving me the strength and fortitude to quit drinking. So I am blessed and grateful to have God in my life, and I'm blessed and grateful to have Jesus Christ in my life. God is good. God is great, always and always. I'm sitting up at my normal spot at the Circle K at my normal pump, and the sky is much clearer this morning, which gives me hopes for tomorrow. Now, the full moon won't be at its fullest, is the best way I can say it, until 6:38 a.m. tomorrow morning. But just in case the skies aren't clear enough for me to view it, I'm going to get it on video this morning, roughly a day early. I have to wait till this garbage truck passes by. I'm going to pull up a little bit, see if I can get it on video. Yeah, there it is. Isn't that pretty? It's a day early, but we're going to have a full worm moon in about 24 hours, and it's also going to be a lunar eclipse tomorrow on March 3rd. And I went online and I found out that the best viewing of the lunar eclipse tomorrow for North America is in the early morning hours tomorrow morning. So I gotta make a note of that. Well, anyway, I'm hopeful that I'll get to see the lunar eclipse tomorrow morning, and the sky is clear enough to view that full worm moon and a lunar eclipse at the same time. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That'll be exciting for me. I had a fantastic day yesterday. Beautiful weather. Just ran into a little bit of frustration out in Plant City. They've got this strawberry festival that's going on through March 8th, and they've got the streets all jammed up, and just heavy traffic and people trying to park every which way to go to the strawberry festival. And of course there's police out everywhere monitoring your speed, and you can't go more than 10 or 15 miles an hour through these areas of town, through Plant City. Most parts of Plant City are gummed up with the strawberry festival. I've been hearing about it on the radio, but I never really paid attention to where it was. I knew it was going on right now, but I had no idea it was out in Plant City. Well, I found out because I got stuck in it on at least 2 or 3 trips before I could get back out of the Plant City area, and it was just frustrating as hell. Surprisingly, my deliver on time score didn't suffer as a result of that. I would be interested in going to it if the parking there, you have to pay $20 to park for the pleasure of parking, and then it's $15 per adult to go. So before you even step foot inside to see what the food is, what food offers they have, and what everything the Strawberry Festival has to offer, you're down already $35. So that's not for me. Genuinely, I didn't really have any genuine interest in going to the Strawberry Festival, but in my opinion, the people running the Strawberry Festival have to be mindful of the economy and how things are right now. And if you're asking a family to put down $20 to park and then $15 per adult, and maybe, I don't know what the kid prices are, that's a lot of money to plunk down before you even get to go into the Strawberry Festival. Then you got to consider food, the high price of food there, rides, and everything else. So I just don't think you should be charging somebody upwards of $20 just to park. And then tickets and everything else, it's too expensive to go, in my opinion. Well, anyways, I've been inside already, and I got my free cup of ice in my Starbucks cup. See that free ice? It's already started to melt a little bit. And this morning, this 2nd of March, I went with the tea and lemonade flavor of the Monster Rehab Revive, Refresh, Recover. And with today being the 2nd of March, 2026, this can says L2515. So this can was made December the 15th of last year. So this can is 2 months, 2 months and 15 days old today. So it's a very fresh can of the tea and lemonade flavor, Monster Rehab. I'm gonna get it. That should allow for the whole can to go in there. Almost. There it is. See if this is any good cold. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Well, the time right now is 4:11 a.m. and with weather-atlas.com saying the sun will rise today, Monday the 2nd of March, at 6:52 a.m. That's 2 hours, 41 minutes from now. And the sun will set this evening at 6:30. So Tampa will enjoy over 11 hours and 38 minutes of daylight today. Gas price is the same this morning as it was yesterday morning, Sunday morning at the Circle K. It's $2.76, which is surprising to me. I caught a little bit of the news on my smart TV when I got back to the camper yesterday evening. And the news was talking about the bombing of Iran and how it was going to impact the United States with potential counterstrikes from Iran, getting some Americans. There was some threat of that in some big cities that they're concerned about, New York City and Los Angeles. And they were talking about how it was going to affect our economy with gas prices. And they were talking about gas prices going up as a result of the bombing in Iran. So I'm expecting to see gas prices start to tick up in the next couple days, weeks, prior to the bombing in Iran. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll have to wait and see if that happens. But as for Florida, gas prices actually went down from yesterday. It's $2.85 this morning. It was $2.87 yesterday morning. So it's 2 cents cheaper in Florida this morning. Gas AAA is showing that the national price of gas has went up a penny. So maybe it's already started. In some states it's went up, and that's caused the national average to go up a penny. It's $2.99 a gallon for the average price of gas in the United States. So this Circle K is better than the national average by over 23 cents. And it's better than the state of Florida average by 9 cents. I also compared my Uber Eats metrics with yesterday's. After completing Saturday's business, yesterday morning I was showing that my customer satisfaction score is at 99%. That has not changed from yesterday after completing Sunday's business. My canceled percent is still at 2%. My on-time score is still at 95%, and my accepted score is still at 85%. So surprisingly, none of those numbers have changed. Usually one or two of them changes from one day to the next. And if I like I said before, I'm surprised my on-time score didn't drop down to 92 or 93% after spending all that time in traffic in Plant City with that Strawberry Festival going on. I'll be glad when that's over. especially since I have no interest in going to it. It looks like I got 15. It looks like I got 15 upvotes yesterday. My deliver with care went up 3 to 678. I had 3 more people respond that I delivered food to their door with great care. My friendly score went up 2. I have now have 597 people said I delivered food to the door in a friendly demeanor, and that's probably has to partly to do with the mood I put across in my text messages. You can gather whether or not somebody is a friendly person from their text messages, so it might be also some of that I'm seeing. My quick and efficient score went up 3 to 588. I now have 584 people respond that I'm a good communicator. That's up 4 from yesterday. And my perfect handoff went up 3. I now have 560 people respond that I delivered food to their door with a perfect handoff. So that's a total of 15 upvotes from yesterday after completing Sunday's business. I get to start the new quest for $240. That starts at 8 o'clock today. I have to complete, to get that $240, I have to complete 110 deliveries before 11:59 Sunday night. And I'll do it, I most likely will do it as early as Friday evening, but I most definitely will have completed it at some point on Saturday. So I got over 110 deliveries done last week by Saturday afternoon, and if I push it, I could possibly do that Friday evening before I complete all my deliveries Friday. We'll have to see. I'm not gonna push it in terms of taking too many deliveries each day. If it looks like I'm at risk of not hitting it on Saturday at some point, I will work later into the day on Saturday just to ensure that I get it on Sunday. But it's either going to be Saturday or Sunday that I complete 110 deliveries and get that extra $240 this week. I also wrote down what weather-atlas.com said the weather is, what weather I can expect in Tampa today, and it had this to say. Whoever wrote that website, wrote the weather report, wrote, "A pleasant mix of sun and clouds will define the day Monday, with a high of a moderately hot 82 and a low of an enjoyable 63. These temperatures are more typical of highs and lows for Tampa in April rather than in March." So we're trending warmer right now than we can typically see temperatures for Tampa. And that's what I think it was Dave Osterberg said the same thing on his weather forecast on YouTube. He said the same thing. We're trending much warmer, and it's going to continue to get warmer through the week, Dave said. The website also went on to say there's a chance of rain in Tampa, a 24% chance of rain in Tampa. So I'm likely to see some rain in some parts of Tampa today when I'm out doing deliveries. Humidity is at 63%, and winds will be light out of the east at 10 miles an hour. I also asked Meta AI about what weather I can expect in Tampa, and it had this to say. I can't remember how I phrased the question, but this is what its response was. Tampa's weather outlook for Monday, March 2nd is looking great. Expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 83 and a low of 62. There's a 20% chance of rain. Winds will be blowing at 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the east. I think I might have phrased that question about the Strawberry Festival, but it didn't bring anything up about the Strawberry Festival in its response. It couldn't phrase the weather forecast around that, so it decided not to mention it at all, I'm assuming. And then I only went to one YouTube page. I went to Fox 13 Tampa Bay. No, I went to 10 Tampa Bay. Fox 13 Tampa Bay didn't have any new videos out. Dave Osterberg was on there, but and talking about how the weather was warming up this week, but it was the same YouTube program that I had gleaned the weather from for what weather I could expect for Sunday. So I decided not to write anything down about from his forecast from that video. But Colleen Campbell put up a new YouTube video, so I wrote down what she had to say. This was Colleen Campbell, meteorologist Colleen Campbell from 10 Tampa Bay YouTube. And she said that isolated areas of Tampa received some rain over the weekend. And she anticipates that this rainfall did help a little bit with the drought conditions, at least in Tampa Bay. She went on to say that we have seen the last of freezing temperatures in Tampa Bay for this winter season, and that she expects to see a high of 82 and a low of 60 today in Tampa Bay, and she doesn't predict any rainfall in Tampa Bay today. So her forecast is quite different than what Meta AI and even what weather-atlas.com had to say about rainfall today in Tampa Bay. I wrote down all the deliveries I completed for yesterday, Sunday, March 1st, 2026. And it looks like I had 15 trips, and I'm not sure how many customers. I didn't write that down, but it looks like I had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Looks like I had 19 customers. I had a few doubles in there. I started out the day yesterday with a single. I picked up McDonald's breakfast for my first trip at the 56th Street location for Matt. Matt's fare was $2 for picking up that McDonald's, and he tipped me $4.94. So I made $6.94 for picking up Matt's McDonald's breakfast. Thank you, Matt, for the nearly $5 tip. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to tip me anything, but you did. Granted, I wouldn't have picked up your order had you not tipped me. I wouldn't have delivered that for $2, but I do appreciate the tip you added on there, Matt. I appreciate that. It ensured you got a delivery, your McDonald's breakfast delivered. Let's put it that way. And then trip number 2 was for Jose. Jose wanted Starbucks from the Bertha Palmer Boulevard location. Jose's fare was $2 and he tipped me $4. So I made $6 for picking up Jose's Starbucks order. Thank you, Jose, for the $4 tip. And thank you for the fare, the $2 fare I earned for that Starbucks trip. I really appreciate that, Jose. And then trip number 3 was a double for Alan and Kendra. Alan wanted IHOP picked up from the Morris Bridge location, and Kendra wanted Starbucks from Fletcher and Telecom. Kendra and Matt and Alan, I earned a fare of $3.50. And Kendra and Alan, they tipped me $10.58. So I earned $13.98 for doing that double, that IHOP and Starbucks double. Thank you so much, Kendra and Alan, for your kindness and generosity. That was a very decent tip of you. $10.48 you tipped me. I appreciate that. And then I went on trip number 4 was a double. I might have missed. I think I counted them in that. Shane and Travis wanted McDonald's picked up from the Fowler Avenue location. They were generous and kind and tipped me $8, and I earned a fare of $4.93, so I made $12.93 for picking up Shane and Travis's McDonald's breakfast. Thank you for that generous $8 tip, Shane and Travis. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the McDonald's business. Then I went on trip number 5 for Melissa. Melissa wanted Dunkin' Donuts from the Hillsborough location. Melissa Melissa tipped me $4 and I earned a fare of $2 for picking up Melissa's Dunkin' Donuts order. I made $6 altogether. Thank you so much for the generous $4 tip, Melissa. I appreciate that. Then I went back to the IHOP at Morris Bridge for Jessica. This is trip number 6. Jessica tipped me $2.07 and I earned a fare of $2, so made $4.07 for picking up breakfast for Melissa at the IHOP. Thank you, Jessica, for the $2.07 tip. And then this is, I picked up a single from the Wawa. This is trip number 7 for Adrian. Adrian wanted Flamin' Hot Cheetos and spring water picked up from the Wawa on Thonota Sasa Road. I earned a fare of $4.84 and Adrian tipped me $3, so made $7.84 for picking up Adrian's Wawa order. Thank you so much for the $3 tip, Adrian. I really appreciate that. And then trip number 8 was a pickup from the Subway on Martin Luther King for Jose. Jose tipped me $4 and I earned a fare of $2, so I made $6 even for picking up Jose's Subway order. Thank you for the $4 tip, Jose. And then trip number 9 was Einstein Brothers Bagels for Maddie. Maddie was very generous and tipped me over $6, tipped me $6.03, and the fare was $2, so I made $8.03 for picking up Maddie's Einstein Brothers Bagels from the Alexander Street location. You didn't have to tip me at all, Maddie, so I appreciate the over $6 tip. And then trip number 10 was also a single for Jim. Jim wanted McDonald's off of Redmond Parkway. I earned a fare of $4.51 and Jim tipped me $1.50, so I made $6 and a penny for picking up Jim's order, McDonald's breakfast order. Thank you, Jim, for the fare and the tip. I appreciate that. And then number 11 was another single for Brandy. Brandy wanted Taco Bell from County Line Road. I earned a fare of $2.30 and Brandy tipped me $2.95, so made $5.25 for picking up Taco Bell for Brandy at the County Line Road location. And this looks like this was a double. Number 12 was a double for Rami and Sarah. Rami wanted El Chino Good Fortune from the West Memorial Boulevard location. And Sarah wanted Tropical Smoothie Cafe from South Florida. Sarah and Rami, I earned a fare of $6.59 for picking up their El Chino Good Fortune and Tropical Smoothie Cafe orders. And they decided to tip me nearly $6. They tipped me $5.99. So I earned over $12.58 for picking up those two orders. Thank you, Rami and Sarah, for your business and the generous tip you gave me there. I appreciate the both of you very much. And then number 13 was another double, just like with Sarah and Rami. Rob wanted Steak and Shake from Highway 98. And Marley wanted McDonald's picked up from Frontage Road. I did a lot of different orders yesterday, not a lot of repeat restaurants, let's say. A lot of different locations I went to yesterday, which was different than a typical day. Rob and Marley, I earned a fare of $3.50 and they tipped me $8.60. So that was a great paying double. I made $12.10 for picking up Rob's Steak and Shake and Marley's McDonald's order. Thank you so much for the very generous $8.60 tip, Rob and Marley. I appreciate that. It looks like my best paying run of the day was early in the day, trip number 3, where I picked up IHOP and Starbucks for Kendra and Alan. I made $13.98 there. That was my best paying trip of the day. After dropping off Marley's McDonald's, I went back to the McDonald's, but this is the McDonald's on Kathleen Road. I picked up McDonald's from Kathleen Road and Knight Station. It was the intersection of Kathleen Road and Knight Station Road for Devon. Devin's fare was $2 and he tipped me $3 and a penny. So I made $5 and a penny for picking up Devin's McDonald's order. And then my last trip of the day would have been Panda Express on 98. I'm trying to recall why I had to cancel that order. I remember now. The order came through. I was up in a part of Tampa Bay I don't go to often. Lakeland, Florida. I don't go out that way much. I try not to go out that way at all. Dade City is out that way, and Dade City is generally a bad place to do Uber Eats deliveries, and there's not much out there, and I never make much money out towards Dade City. But I found myself out there. Unfortunately, I ran into the Strawberry Festival, which was horrible, out in Plant City. Then I eventually made my way out to Dade City and Lakeland, and the cell phone reception isn't all that bad out there, but Uber Eats reception is bad out there, and I had a hard time completing some of the deliveries. I had to drive away from the customers' homes to get enough reception to close out the order. Well, I was running into that problem when I picked up my Panda Express order. I couldn't get it. I hit the button to accept the order, but Uber Eats wasn't recognizing that I was accepting the order. So I wrote down that I had a Panda Express order, but it didn't go through. Unfortunately, it was going to be a good paying run. I didn't get it though, unfortunately, but I did pick up my last trip of the day with Romeo's. 15 was my last trip, Romeo Pizza, and that was another good paying run. So I'm not too upset about not getting that Panda Express order. I delivered pizza for Matt from the Romeo's Pizza on Griffin Road. Matt tipped me $9 and I earned a fare of $2, so I made $11 for my last trip of the day. So all around, it was a good day, in spite of having some frustrations with the delivering in the Plant City area for the Strawberry Festival and getting stuck in traffic. Aside from that, I had a fantastic day, so no complaints all around. I was blessed and grateful for all the money I made yesterday, and I'm blessed and grateful for being in this time and place and enjoying some wonderful weather here in Tampa, Florida. God is good. God is great, always and always. Amen. Well, I'm going to wrap this up and go in and enjoy some wonderful breakfast at McDonald's, assuming I can complete my survey to get a buy one, get one free breakfast sandwich. I haven't done that yet. I have the receipt. I just haven't completed the survey to get the code to earn myself another free sandwich at the McDonald's. If it doesn't allow me to do that survey, I'll just go to the Waffle House and enjoy breakfast there. Not the one that I went to last week. I'll go to a different Waffle House. But either way, I'm going to enjoy a wonderful breakfast this morning, either at McDonald's or Waffle House. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great week. Have a great day and a great week. Talk to you soon.